right. Hey everybody, RV Enthusiast here. Nice seeing you again. Hey, we have a repair we need to do. So, someone at the park has washed their vehicle, and the Norcold refrigerator has opened a limit switch, and we're going to see if we can figure it out and fix that limit switch and get it working properly again. Again, this is only if you know why the limit switch popped. And we know why the limit switch popped. If you don't know, you should get it figured out, because resetting it, they put this limit switch in there. It's a high temperature limit switch. They put that limit switch in there for a reason, and that's to protect the coach from getting burnt up from a fire. So make sure if you follow these instructions how to do it, that you know what you're doing, or you know the cause of the limit switch popping. This is a reset of that switch. So this is how the manufacturer will reset this switch as well. And the only reason we know is a RV technician told us how to do this, and we just want to show you. And he was going to reset it without knowing that the RV was wet. And he said, well, it'll pop again if it was something more significant. But he was willing to reset it, not knowing that it was the RV owner that saturated it with water. So just be aware, be careful with what you do. And we'll show you how to do it. He could not do it because he couldn't figure it out how to set it. So after he left, I played with it, and through instructions from my wife of where she looked to find the instructions, I was able to reset it. So come join us. Okay guys, so the error code we have is the OPLI. Audible alarm will also sound. It is sounding. So what we have is a temperature limit switch is open. This is not owner serviceable. See your dealer or authorized Norcold service center. Alright guys, so come join us and watch us fix this problem. Okay guys, so there was water all in here, all up in here, all over this back unit. And so we've just dried it out. Now we're going to hit it with the hair dryer to make sure the components are dry. See the drip marks under here? Drip marks. So we just want to dry it pretty thoroughly, and we've done so. Okay guys, so from that point, what we've done is we've dried it out. We recognize that it's an open. We've checked all the fuses. Basically, we've unplugged it, checked the fuse here. There is a fuse back here we also checked. Right here. This box has two fuses in it. One's a 120 volt fuse and one's a 12 volt fuse. We checked that. We checked it. We took this apart, checked our connections. So what happens is we come over here. This is the power distribution box, and this is the limit switch right here. So inside this box, this is what they're saying is not user serviceable. I'm going to try to light it up a little bit better. I think this is working a little bit. Anyway, that's the limit switch box. They say it's not user serviceable. There is no user serviceable components in there, and that is a true statement. It is on a small little tiny circuit board, and you have a red, green, and blue wire. The red and blue are your limit in, limit out. The green wire is a ground, and then the other wire, which is the sensor unit, comes over here. The wire comes up, this little brown wire comes up and comes up into the unit right there. So there's two things in here. There's this here, let me show you. Let me see. So what we have, this here under this little part of this box here is a relay. But if you look up over here, you guys see that little red light in there. There's a little red light. I'll try to point it out. It is right there. If that is lit, that means that your limit switch is open. And you have to reset the switch. Now, just making sure this works, you can hear this click by running the magnet over it, doesn't mean it's going to fix the problem. It will not. That's only one switch. There's an IC type reed switch in here that you can't really tell. Even if you take it off, it's hard to tell that it's a switch. But what you do, you take your magnet. See, this is magnetized. This is my light. But if it's blinking, this is not your fix. But if you have a solid light, what you do, we came in and right up here, right here, and sat and held the magnet right in place for about, now all this is done while it's plugged in, the refrigerator's on, and that red light is lit, okay? And so what you do, you take your flashlight, or you take your magnet and set it right there. And you set it there for 5 or 10 seconds, and what'll happen, you'll hear a click, then you'll hear a secondary click, and then the red light will go out. The first click is you reset this, and the second click is it activated this relay and it turns off the red light, and you have fixed the open limit switch on the refrigerator. And it's still plugged in. You'll hear it kick on, you'll hear it work, and that is how you fix a Norcold refrigerator where you have gotten water in here and had the limit switch pop open. So this is your power distribution box. Many Norcold refrigerators don't have this. Mine does not have this. I need to call Norcold and have this installed because this is what protects your RV from burning up. And that's why that's not installed on most that are burning up. So it's a very good safety item to have. If it continues to do it, I would definitely take it to a Norcold service center and have it fixed. But if you have this kind of box, that's how you reset the switch. If you've got it wet and you want to reset it yourself. All right, now we're going to put the cover back on. We've got it plugged in. The switch has been reset. Everything works. We've got our fuses back plugged in. Everything works. This was plugged in. The refrigerator is on. It is currently running. And we're just going to put the cover back on it. Okay guys, so remember this, when you wash your RV and you're putting water on it, be careful of the vent places. So you have a vent place for your refrigerator, you got a vent for your furnace. Anywhere there's an opening for water to intrude, count on it intruding and causing an issue. So in this case, it was the refrigerator, and the people that are out here have you know, they're out here for weeks and months on end, and it's tough to get service on them. And if you know it's something you caused, and for sure we know the cause of this one, for sure. So it's easy to reset it. This was a reenactment. We reset it yesterday. It's been 24 hours, and it's working fine. The refrigerator is working fine. It surely is a nice way to do it rather than having a service guy come out and, you know, his charge is going to be in the neighborhood of $75 to $150, and they don't carry that switch with them. Certainly it's a nice fix, and these people can continue using their fridge, but this was definitely caused by the owner of the coach. He definitely did it. He was washing it down, getting all the Arizona dust off of it, and as soon as he went over that spot, the wife said, "Hey, the refrigerator's beeping and I got a code," so we know for a fact it was him that caused it. So make sure when you see that, if you see it, you know it's something you did and you can fix. All right guys, thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this Fix It episode. And again, this is something that, you know, I wouldn't recommend for everyone out there to do, but if you have a skill set that you are sure you can do it, a magnet will reset that switch for you. and my magnet happened to be on a, mine's on a light, magnet there, light there, and this is called a, I'm going to give him a shout out. This is called a Big Larry. I have a Big Larry. I think I have a Larry too. But there's also a Boss Larry. I don't have a Boss Larry. So if Nebo, the makers of these, want to send me a Boss Larry, I'd appreciate it, man, because this is the bomb. This is the greatest little flashlight I've ever had or will have. In fact, I bought a couple of for presents for some relatives. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. Remember, full-time, part-time, anytime is a great time to RV. Take care of yourself and be careful if you do choose to do this. And if you do choose to do this, you're doing it at your own risk.
To like, share, and subscribe, click the logo to the left.